specializing in fresh homemade pastas, raviolis, lasagnas, and classic Italian sauces, all packaged for simple prep at home. Located at 921 Preston Avenue, Mona Lisa Pasta is close to downtown and UVA. For more information, visit monalisapasta.com.
Offbeat Roadhouse is supported locally by Ting, bringing lightspeed internet to homes and businesses.
Welcome to Offbeat Roadhouse, heard each Friday night from 8 to 9 right here on WTJU Charlottesville and streaming worldwide at WTJU.net. Offbeat Roadhouse invites a different musical group into your home for an hour-long concert live from WTJU's performance space on Ivy Road, right next door to Vivace. Tonight's concert features Stay All Night.
Thank you. Well, that was Dinah, as in Someone's in the Kitchen with Dinah. And we are Stay All Night. Lorie Lichtenwalner on guitar. Thank you. And Andrew Carter on banjo and mandolin and fiddle. And I'm Bill Wellington. And we're going to have a great time with you all tonight. We are Stay All Night, and we're going to play a tune called Stay All Night. We're also a little bit of a song, too. This comes from the playing of the great Tommy Jarrell and the music from Surrey County, North Carolina. Round Peak. Yeah. Stay all night. This is, we always sing this last. We say, we're going to sing Stay All Night, and then y'all go home. Waterbound, can't get home. Waterbound, can't get home. Waterbound, can't get home. Stay with me till morning. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay with me till morning. old cornfield, chicken crowed. Oh, cornfield, stay with me till morning. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay with me till morning. Bridges out, can't get across. Bridges out, can't get across. Bridges out, can't get across. Stay with me till morning. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay with me till morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, next we're going to do a tune that I learned from Rick Martin, great fiddler who lives here in Charlottesville. And both Lorie and I played in a band with him called Troublesome Creek String Band. A really, really great band. And this is a tune. Did you learn this from Rick, the little Dutch girl, remember?
I guess I did, yeah.
It's a tune that makes the rounds in the old-time festivals.
You know, and I don't know why a tune came up with a Dutch girl in it. So many of these tunes were English, Irish, but I guess Dutch, too.
What the heck, you know?
Yeah, why not? It's pretty close.
Okay. And we're not going to play this one too fast, we told ourselves, right?
We did.
Right.
you.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. The moral of this story is be careful what you wish for. There were these three guys on a desert island. They'd been there a long time. And every day they just sat and stared out of the water. And one day the guy said, well, there's something floating out there. And the other fellow said, well, it looks like a bottle. And I said, no, it looks like one of those genie lamps. So the guy wades out and brings in this lamp. And what do you think? That we should rub it and see? Oh, sure, why not? So they rub this lamp. Sure enough, out comes this huge genie. And he says, you each get one wish. That's 3 wishes. You each get one. 3 people, each get a wish. So what do you want? So the first guy says, well, I know what I want. I want out of here. I want back home with my friends and my family. Poof, he's gone. Second guy says, well, I don't want anything more than that. I want to be out of here too. I want out of here as soon as I can get out of here. Poof, he's gone. Third guy says, gee, it's kind of lonesome out here without my friends. I sure wish I had them back. Anyways, be careful what you wish for. So we're going to sing a song now from the late, great Uncle Dave Macon, who was born in 1870 until 1920. He ran a mule team service. He had a freight service. And along about 1920, he went out of business because of trucks and cars. And so he went on the road and became a musician performer. And within 5 years, he was very famous and became the original star of the Grand Ole Opry and was the star until 1952 when he died, for over 25 years. So this is Uncle Dave. He would take old songs and make up new versions of them. This is a song called Hold the Woodpile Down. And if you want to sing along, your part is Hold the Woodpile Down.
And we have no idea what that means,
Yeah, we
and
don't.
this song makes no sense.
Something like that. Okay. I'm supposed to play in this one and sing in this one. Here we go. Ready? Well, I saw my love the other night. Hold the woodpile down. Everything was wrong and nothing was right. Hold the woodpile down. Now she can make me happy. She can make me glad. Hold the woodpile down. I got a little kiss and then walked her dad. Hold the woodpile down. But it was traveling, traveling. As long as the world goes round, pretty girls shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. Well, I came to town the other night. Hold the woodpile down. Heard a little noise, I see a little fight. Hold the woodpile down. Police coming running all around. Hold the woodpile down. Good Lord, white lightning done come to town. Hold the woodpile down. But it was traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round, pretty girls shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. But it was traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round, pretty girls shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. Well, bookkeeper swallowed a nickel one day. Hold the woodpile down. It drove him most crazy, I must say. Hold the woodpile down. I'll tell you what it's all about. Hold the woodpile down. He's a nickel in and a nickel out. Hold the woodpile down. Down was traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round, pretty girls shine on Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. Well, down at the depot, stole a little ham. Hold the woodpile down. Folks don't know how bad I am. Hold the woodpile down. I took it back home and I stuck it on the shelf. Hold the woodpile down. I'm so bad I scare myself. Hold the woodpile down. But it was traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round, pretty girls shine on Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down.
Yeah.
Well, now we are going to go from the ridiculous to the sublime. Lori's going to sing, in other words.
So this was a tune written, I'm going to say, like in 1970s, 80s. And we would call that a new tune or a written tune, or it's different than an old traditional tune. It's called Winder Slide. It was written by a guy named Joe LaRose, who I think lives in Ohio. And after listening to it for a couple times, I decided it needed some words. And I was commuting to Charlottesville every day, had plenty of time in my head to write words to songs, to tunes. And Winder is the county seat for Barrow County, Georgia. Anybody from Georgia? Nobody knows that. Okay, I could have made up anything. And a slide is a dance, you know, a slide dance. So Winder Slide is the slide dance for Winder. What key do we do this in?
D.
So I made up some words for it. I used my kids' names in it because those are the ones I would remember, I hoped. And you can replace them with any names if you ever want to sing this song.
2, 3, go.
When I go to Texas, I always wear a frown. Coming home to Winder, I always wear a smile. When I have to leave there, I take a long, long while. Lizzie chases chickens and stuffs those feathers in. Mama does the bacon and Daddy gets the lard. Little old baby crying alone out in the yard. You all are laughing, I don't want to see no crying. When that dying's over, go north or I'll go south. Tonight I hope you feel me, put kisses on your mouth. One more time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Johnny, don't get drunk.
That was called Johnny Don't Get Drunk.
You are listening to a concert with Stay All Night right here on WTJU. We will get back to the music in just a moment.
WTJU is supported by Beer Run, located at 156 Carlton Road in Charlottesville, offering curbside pickup for all in-store items. Beer Run features a selection of beer, wine, and kegs, along with indoor and outdoor seating for lunch, dinner, and weekend breakfast and brunch, all made with local and natural ingredients. Their number is 434-984-BEER and online at beerrun.com.
Now let's get back to tonight's Offbeat Roadhouse with Stay All Night.
So one of the great things about being a banjo player is you get to hear all the banjo jokes. And just when you thought you heard them all, I heard a new one, and it goes like this. His family's walking through a cemetery, and this kid goes up to his dad and says, "Dad, I didn't know they put two people in the same grave." He says, "Son, they don't do that. What do you mean?" He says, "Well, look at that grave over there. Over there it says, 'Here lies a banjo player and a great musician.'" Pretty rude, huh?
This tune's called Mississippi Sawyer. It's a traditional tune, probably not from Mississippi.
Ready? 1, 2.
Thank you. It's a good contest fiddle tune. You know, down here in the South, I guess up in the North now too, they have all these fiddle contests and banjo contests.
That's right.
That's a winner.
That's a great one. Okay, so now speaking of winners, here we have Andrew. And wow,
I got out a new pick for Andrew.
you did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So Andrew has a little bit of a bluegrass background.
Yeah, I started in bluegrass world, and I went to Galax in, I guess it was 2018, and it was all these darn scratchy fiddle tunes, and it turns out I like that stuff. So,
Saw the light, as they say, right?
but there's still 3 or 4 nice bluegrass songs I like. So this is Blue Ridge Cabin Home, or Blue Ridge Mountain Home. I forget which one it is.
Did we decide it was just Blue Ridge Home?
Blue Ridge Home, that'll work. And this, I've heard it called the Bluegrass Anthem. So, great song. Ready?
No.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Back when I first started playing music when I was a teenager, there wasn't a real big discrepancy between old time and bluegrass. That happened later in the 60s and 70s. So when Andrew does this, it totally works as an old time tune. Yeah. There were lots of tunes like that, and then they kind of got separated to the two camps of bluegrass or old time. Lots of people are trying to get these two groups back together, and I love playing with the bluegrass people. Anybody go to Red Wing last weekend? Yeah. Yeah, it was lots of fun, and there was lots of jamming, and we could do anything.
Every one of my strings went out of tune. How did that happen?
Jinxed.
Okay, which means I have to tell you some more stories. And I'll tell you, I used to do children's programs. I don't know if anybody knows that, but used to visit elementary schools, and one of my favorite things to do was get kids to write me "Roses Are Red" poems. Thank you. And so here are some poems written to me by children over the years. Roses are red, buttercups are yellow. Don't blow your nose while you're eating Jell-O. Sounds like the voice of experience, right? Let's see. Roses are red, marshmallows are white. If you eat too many, your pants will get tight. I got a teacher wrote one time and went, roses are red, violets are blue. Parents should get report cards too. And let's see, I'm still tuning, so I got a few more. Oh, I went to a school that was backwards. Everybody was backwards. So they did one that was, roses are red. Oh, no, violets are blue, roses are red. Tulips are brown when they are dead. That isn't. I love that poem because it's devoid of any sentiment.
Yeah, right.
Just like a kid, right?
Yeah, right.
But my favorite, and we're almost there, came from a kid from Virginia Beach, 5th grader. Wrote, roses are red, I hate math. The guy who invented it was a psychopath.
He doesn't have to do that anymore.
That's, yeah, I know. Yeah, I got fired. So I tell you what, why don't you guys start this off, and I'll join you as soon as
I was going to tell them about my frog.
Your frog?
Yeah.
You got a frog joke?
It's not a joke, it's a true story. I went to England last summer, and one night, it's kind of rainy like today and wet. And there was a big frog in the road, and so I looked at him, I picked it up, and he started talking to me. And he said, oh, thank God. He said, if you kiss me, I'm going to turn into a man and be the husband you always wanted. And I just kind of looked at him, put him in my pocket. And I'm walking down the path, and pretty soon he's tugging at my pocket. And he goes, lady, didn't you hear what I said? Just kiss me. I will be a man. I will do everything for you. Everything in your house that still needs to be done, which is a lot. So I was tempted at that point. And he said, aren't you going to kiss me? Don't you want this? I know you really want this. And I just looked at him and he said, at this age, I just want a frog that talks. I still have him.
Yeah, well, you know the story about the 2 muffins in the oven, right? And one turns to the other and says, do you think it's hot in here? The other one says, wow, a talking muffin. I became a part of the scene. Go ahead, Andrew.
All right.
Let's go ahead. We'll forget Willow. Well, here we go. Sing our song.
Let's do it. There's a well-beaten path on this old mountainside where I wandered when I wasn't at. And I wandered along to the place I call home, those Blue Ridge Hills far away. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge Hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away to my Blue Ridge Mountain home? All right, Bill. My thoughts run back to that ramshack shack, those Blue Ridge Hills far away, where my mother and dad are laying there to rest. They are sleeping in peace together there. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge Hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away to my Blue Ridge Mountain home? return to that old cabin home with a sigh. I've been longing for days gone by. When I die, won't you bury me on that old mountainside? Make my resting place upon the hill so high. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on a mountain far away to my Blue Ridge mountain home? When I die, won't you bury me on a mountain far away to my Blue Ridge mountain home?
Thank you.
Love Springs.
All righty.
We're going to play two more fiddle tunes. The first one is called Cold Frosty Morning. Comes from the great Henry Reed, from whom we got a lot of really cool tunes. And the second one is Grub Springs.
Where's Grub Springs?
Nope,
Anybody
know
ever
where it
heard
is.
of a
It
Grub
sounds like a lovely
Springs?
place. We haven't gotten to go there yet, but it's a terrific tune by this.
Knit Springs.
Yeah, right. Next to Tick Springs and right,
Larva Springs.
Centipede String Springs. Okay, so what are we doing?
We're doing Cold Frosty Morning.
Going through the West.
Oh, you're gonna sing this, right?
Yeah, you want to introduce it?
Geez, I forgot the name, but this was written by a man in the 40s somewhere. And the way I heard the story was that he lived in the mountains of Alabama. So if you've ever been to like the northeast corner of Alabama, it's really beautiful and it's mountainous and the river flows down through the mountains. So he wrote this song that he was not going to stay there, but she could stay there if she wanted to, but he was going to go to the west, to the fertile plains, which just sounds like such the wrong thing to do, but that's what he wanted. But she didn't go with him, so I kind of like that.
It's called I'm Going to the West.
Going to the west.
In this fair land, I cannot stay. To labor is in vain. I'll leave the mountains of my youth and seek fertile plain. I'm going to the west. You say you will not go with me. You turn your eyes away. You say you will not follow me, no matter what I say. I'm going to the west. Years have passed since we first met, and you and I were right. Now I must travel far away without you by my side. I'm going to the west. You say you will not go with me. You turn your eyes away. You say you will not follow me, no matter what I say. I'm going to the west. I'll leave you here in the land you love. This scene so bright and fair, where fragrant flowers and music fills the air. I'm going to the west. You say you will not go with me. You turn your eyes away. You say you will not follow me, no matter what I say. Going to the west. Say
So we're not singing that.
So let's just go right into the golden vision.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and
Also, that was a new tune written by a guy named Eric Merritt. So
You are listening to a concert with Stay All Night right here on WTJU. We will get back to the music in just a moment.
WTJU is supported by the Blue Moon Diner, located at 606 West Main Street in Charlottesville. They are open for dine-in and curbside pickup with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and brunch 6 days a week. You can order online at bluemoondiner.net or by calling 434-980-6666. Blue Moon, a diner for everyone.
Now let's get back to tonight's Offbeat Roadhouse with Stay All Night.
Okay, Andrew, you're up again.
Where were we?
So, recently it's been pointed out that about more than 50 years ago came out an album called Will the Circle Be Unbroken, where the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band met with some famous Nashville musicians and put together an amazing record that affected a lot of people, including me. And I'm pretty sure Lorie, Andrew's too young for this.
He wasn't born.
He wasn't born yet, but boy, it made a big impact.
But many of us knew that song before they put it out on the album.
They did?
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh, well, yeah, I did. It was an old song that they revived.
Well, this is one. Yeah, this was on the album. Doc Watson sang it. So,
Best song on the album.
What are we doing?
way downtown.
Way downtown.
We're not doing
What do you think we were doing?
We're so
We good to go?
Go ahead.
Oh me, oh my, what's gonna become of me? Been downtown fooling around, no one to cry for me. Well, late last night when my Willie came home, heard him rapping at the door, slipping and sliding with his new shoes on. Mama said, "Willie, don't you rap no more." And it's oh me, and it's oh my, what's gonna become of me? Been downtown fooling around, no one to cry for me. All right, Bill. I like the hills of West Virginia. I like the hills of Tennessee. Well, north, south, east, or west, well, it's home, sweet home to me. And it's oh me, and it's oh my, what's gonna become of me? Been downtown fooling around, no one to cry for me. Well, I wished I was back at my sweet Loretta's house, sitting in that big armchair, with one arm around this old guitar, the other one around my dear. And it's oh me, and it's oh my, what's gonna become of me? Been downtown fooling around, no one to cry for me. One more time, Bill. Well, it's one old shirt is all that I have. Dollar is all that I crave. Didn't bring nothing with me into this old world. Ain't gonna take nothing to the grave. And it's oh me, and it's oh my, what's gonna become of me? Been downtown fooling around, no one to cry for me.
That's Andrew Carter. Pay attention to him.
Yeah, you heard him win. All right. So here we go. Here's another wonderful little fiddle tune. Sugar in the Gourd. Let's see. Well, I met her on the road and she danced on the board, and the tune that the fiddle was sugar in the gourd, and he can't get it out, and the way to get the sugar is to roll the gourd about.
Thank you.
So here's our most audience participation number of the whole night. It's a little story. It's called That's Good, That's Bad. And all you got to do is if you hear something good, you say, that's good. And if it's bad, of course, you say, that's bad. Right, Andrew?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
got it.
good.
That's good.
Got
That's
it.
good. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, so once upon a time, there were these two guys named Jim and Joe, and they loved to fish. They had a friend named Jack who had an airplane, and Jack told him he was going to fly him to Alaska to the world's greatest fishing hole.
That's good.
Good.
But on the way, Jim fell out of the airplane.
That's bad.
But there was a haystack.
That's
That's
good.
good.
But there was a pitchfork in the haystack.
That's bad.
Well, Jim missed the pitchfork,
That's good.
but he also missed the haystack.
That's bad.
And that's it. So give yourselves a big hand. Very well done. That's good. That's bad. And now we're going to play. And by the way, some things are good. What's good for some people is not good for others. Say, for example, the life of a grasshopper, right? Pretty nice life until you meet a chicken, right?
Yum.
Right. So this is a tune called Grasshopper Sitting on a Sweet Potato Vine.
Oh, wait, I'm not.
We're going to tune up just for your. It's part of our contract. By the way,
guys go on.
have we talked about the dance scene around here yet? Next Friday night is the Rivanna Contra Dance down in Red Hill. Fantastic, wonderful location. And they're going to have an amazing fiddler. Deb Sheebish is coming to play. If you never heard of her, she's fantastic. So that started up again. They have the Boot Scoot and Square Dance on at the Potter's Mill Cider. Anybody been to that yet?
Yeah, it's a great
Fantastic,
place,
right?
yeah.
Fantastic, right? And then, of course, they got the Sunday Kaylee for the brims, and that's just what you got over here.
What you mean? What you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you like to play old-time music, we have an old-time jam every Monday night over in Stanton, and you can come along and play or listen or whatever you want. So, that's what we got.
Yeah.
That's what we got. So we're going to Grasshopper Sitting on a Sweet Potato Vine.
Long cup of chicken and say you're mine. That's interesting. That's a new arrangement. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to really change things up and play a waltz for you all. I've played at lots of contra dances, and you always have at least 2 waltzes a night. And there are many, many beautiful, beautiful, beautiful waltzes. And this one was written by Jerry Holland, a musician from Boston, who was born in Cape Breton. It's called My Cape Breton Home. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the chords I wrote down. I'm just learning it.
Kind of the way this whole band's working tonight. Doing all right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and. Well,
Thank you.
we have had such a great. Thank you for coming out tonight. It's so great to play to a live audience while doing this radio show. And hello to everybody out there listening. Thank you to WTJU, and thank you. We also want to mention tonight there is a memorial service going on for our good friend Joe Mead, wonderful musician from here in Charlottesville. Plays right down at his rug shop on right off the downtown mall.
4th Street.
4th Street, and so that's where a lot of our friends are tonight, and we're thinking of Joe too. So wherever you are, Joe, it's great to know you. We're going to play a really cool tune. That's a new tune called Tipping Back the Corn, and they're not talking about corn on the cob. I think it's which it comes out of the bottle. Anyway, so this is our final tune, so thank you everybody for coming. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
And that's going to do it for Offbeat Roadhouse with Stay All Night. Coming up next week will be the Americana sounds of Red Sammy. Thanks to Stay All Night and, of course, to you for listening. We will see you next Friday right here at the Roadhouse.